Welcome back to our Canaries Walk. Hope you're well. We've got three very delirious Canaries, fresh back from beating Leicester City. Hope you're well. How good is Slimane? Plus, we're talking about Kellen Fisher. How amazing is he? And should Clement have a shout of being manager of the season? He probably won't get it, but should he even be considered? Plus, why isn't Josh Sargent saying thank you to Norwich City fans? What's the guy's problem? We've got Matty, Tom, and Killian fresh back from the King Power to give their view on what was another amazing away performance for Norwich City. Plus, we're picking off February Player of the Month, and we're on to letter R for our A to Z. Let's jump into it then, shall we, Matty? How good was that? And in particular, do you want to dance with Slimane?
Dance with Slimane, Mark. Yeah, whether it's at the King Power, Carrow Road, or Wembley. We said it last week or the week before that he looks like a new player under Clement. He looks like he's lost a bit of weight. He looks like he's a little bit trimmer and a little bit quicker. And also quicker mentally. The way that he shifts that ball and gets that shot away yesterday was fantastic. Yeah, him and Ahmed have under Clement have both looked. I know one is a new signing, but Slimane has looked like a new signing. So, it's very, very good, very, very positive, and it's a hell of a win at a team that, all right, I know they're struggling in the league, but Tom and I were saying before a ball was kicked yesterday, that was a decent 11 that they put out, and their fans were also saying on socials that was one of their strongest 11s that they put out this season. So, cracking win, cracking performance from Slimane, and that definitely confirms, I think, that we're going to be safe now.
This was my next question, actually, Killian. We'll ask you, though. Yeah, you aren't going down now, are you? Look at the gap.
I think unless we get another 11 injuries, I don't think it'll be happening. No.
Okay. Slimane for you, Killian. Yeah, is he on his way to being player of the season? Or?
I don't know if he'll make player of the season because he, has been in and out
early
of the season, but he's definitely revived player of the season. Maybe. I mean, he's definitely made a huge difference, and it's interesting now how much competition we have for that number 10 spot. It's a real good spot for us.
Let's talk about another player as well, Tom, who impressed many. Cole says, serious talent, this lad, not getting isolated in defence that much nowadays either. This is the most successfully structured we have been for years and years. With and without the ball, we have become, get this, awesome. Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, it's really. I was thinking about that just before we came on. That actually, I think that away end yesterday, 2,500. I think we had a song for every player. Everybody was connected. It was genuinely, and I don't say this lightly. I think it was probably the most connected as a fan base we've felt to the club since Daniel Farke. And people go, Norwich being a bit dramatic, but genuinely, I think it could be. Kellen Fisher. I mean, he is just going from strength to strength. I think we might have some interest in him in the summer. Obviously, I know when we were talking, last transfer windows, etc., there was a few whispers of Everton and a couple of other clubs being interested in him. And I think about a year ago we said he needed to sort of to beef up and sharpen up, and he's done exactly that. And he can play left back, he can play right back, and he doesn't look out of place in either. We won't talk about him tripping over his feet twice in 90 seconds on Wednesday night at home to Sheffield Wednesday. That was his crowning moment. But is he ever going to score for Norwich? That probably is the next question. But yeah, I mean, we have got an absolute asset on our hands there. He looks absolutely awesome.
James, this one for you then. Robbo says, absolutely magnificent. Best win of the season. And this despite all our injuries. What an incredible turnaround. Orchestrated by Clement and backed up by some shrewd signings, which Napa deserves much, much credit. And of course, there's our thing from last week, James, where we said he deserves more credit. I think others have latched onto it as well. First of all, was that the best away win of the season, Leicester? And do you agree with the Napa comment?
Was it the best win? It's a tough one because there's been some really good ones lately. I think I would argue probably Wrexham was the best win if you look at where the table is. And I think the manner of the performance just after the Sargent situation as well. And then, listen, Napa definitely deserves some credit. How much, who knows? Because who knows whether or not they're Clement signings and whatnot. But no, listen, everything is finally in the right direction. We're to endure a pretty tough, 3-4 months first up. So credit all round to everyone, really.
Okay. Matty, back to you then. Big Fish Kyle says he won't win it, but Philippe Clement is the manager of the season. It's not even close. What he's done to this club is absolutely fantasy stuff. It's like if I took over Norwich on FIFA and put the sliders on. Incredible manager. I absolutely love him. And there's Rangers fans all in the Norwich comments saying, yeah, we didn't give this bloke, we're sorry for this bloke, we should have given him more time. You're lucky to have him, aren't you, really, considering it's the calibre of the manager he is.
Yeah, he's a winner, isn't he? And I again, I said this a couple of weeks ago that their Rangers fans were very complimentary when we appointed him and said it didn't quite work out, the time wasn't right, great guy, he'll do well. And that gave me a real sense of, I mean, I was surprised we got him in the first place, but then that gave me a real sense of, oh, hang on, we've got someone serious in our hands here. And yeah, his record's good elsewhere. He knows what he's doing. He's just brought a bit of fight, a bit of belief, and a bit of necessary stability to the 11. And I think, do you know what? If you could do manager of the half season, then he'd been held up. I think Kim Hellberg's probably in with a shout, and there's maybe one or two others. But in terms of the impact, and what were we on? 9 points, I think, when he took over, languishing second bottom to now being, I am going to mention it. Sorry, gents, an outside chance for the playoffs. It's a hell of a recovery, and irrespective of kind of the rest of the season, the fact that he's just turned us around and he's stabilised us and he's got us to safety, I think he deserves a hell of a lot of credit.
Killing, you talk to a lot of people in and out of the club. What do they say about him in terms of his manner and how he goes about his duties?
Well, I mean, the thing I actually spoke to him briefly yesterday after the game, and the thing that's incredible about him is his humility. I mean, he puts all the focus on everybody else, including the fans. He doesn't take any of the credit himself. But it's the first time I've seen, this was at the team bus after the game, all the fans applauding him when he came out. And I've never seen that with a manager before. So that just shows the impact he's had on the fan base. But he's obviously very humble. He takes it one game at a time. I did say to him we might build a statue to him if we beat Leeds next weekend. Or probably Leicester.
February's over now, so we're going to do our player of the month in a minute. But let's have a look at what's to come, shall we, for the rest of the month. Leeds then this weekend, as you mentioned, in the FA Cup. Then 2 home games against a resurgent Sheffield United, Tom, and a dodgy out of sorts Preston North End, and then Southampton and Charlton away, James, as well. Between you, Tom, and James there, I mean, is there much to play for here? Have we got a risk of, put all eggs in the FA Cup basket now and we're just playing for mid-table positions?
I don't think we've got any eggs to put in the FA Cup basket, to be completely honest. I think we've got 2 centre halves claiming that they used to be forwards just so they can get a game. So we've got one fit forward in Kiskar, and I think we need to wrap him in cotton wool. As long as we don't go and disgrace ourselves at Ellen Road, I can't see us. I'll be honest, I can't see us getting past that. I think the focus still needs to be on the league. I think we talked about it a few weeks ago that momentum is going to be absolutely huge, and I think even if we don't make the playoffs this season, which I hold my hands up, I think is a very, very, very slim chance. when we don't make the playoffs this season, I think the momentum going into next season, into the summer, is massive. So I think, some people outside looking in could go, Norwich is safe now. They're on the beach. They've got nothing to play for. There is no chance of that man letting anybody get on the beach anytime soon. So I think he will drill them to within an inch of their lives all the way up until May.
Okay. James, you agree?
Could agree more. I think that's probably what Thorpe's downfall was last year. We went on the last sort of 10, 12 games in really poor form. I think, listen, if we get something out of the FA Cup, great. I don't think we will. Charlton away is probably the main game you're looking at there. Preston at home. Tough. Southampton's obviously a tough game, but let's also not forget we've got them lot in 6 weeks' time. Definitely should be build up to that.
Bristol City?
And stopping them lot, hopefully going up. But I'm with Tom. Phil will not let them get on the beach early doors at all. You heard what he said against Oxford at half time. He was fuming that we didn't go on to kill them off completely. But yeah, let's see what March offers.
It's
And it's
Phil
interesting.
now,
Sorry,
isn't it?
Mark. I was just
He's on-
Phil.
He's on first
Mates terms.
First name terms, yeah.
I was just say yesterday, obviously, Kenny tricked him into that, giving it, giving
good.
it the cheers.
Enjoyed
in front of the
that.
fans. We
Yeah.
have been waiting for him to come over to the away end after the amount of performance, and every time he pushes the players forward, he'd push the groundsman forward. He'll push everybody forward but himself, to Killian's point.
Keep the kit man.
And Kenny managed to trick him into that yesterday, and that was
It was a lovely moment.
that was a moment.
He deserves it.
He does.
Right then. Sorry to kill the mood on here, but let's just talk about this fella for a second, please. Norwich's update says, asked if he had a message for the Norwich fans. Sargent looked down at the floor, stared for 10 full seconds before lifting his head to say, I prefer not to talk about that right now. And if there's a correct time to address that, then I'll do that, but I prefer not to talk about it now. I mean, Matt, it would have been easy just to go, just want to say thanks for everyone who supported me, wish them all well with the rest of the seasons, got a great manager. Why is that not possible for him to do that?
I think that's a man with a tail between his legs, really, and who kind of regrets how it's panned out. We've seen this before, right? We're Norwich City. We don't. It's like Gary Neville. This is Manchester United. We're not a big club, right? We sell often our best players. Sarah, Buendia. I could go on. He had a right and a wrong way he could have gone about it, and he's gone about it in the wrong way. And I think he probably feels a little bit. I won't say what I was going to say, but I think he feels a bit bad about how it's played out, and I think there's a bit of embarrassment there. To be frank, I think he's probably regretting the manner and the time that it took, because him or his agent have tried to force the move. He's dropped, as Hastings would say, Big Phil. He's dropped Phil a text and he said, "I'm not available," and it's obviously it's gone downhill from there, hasn't it? So I think he's probably embarrassed, and it's a real shame, because I really like him. He was one of my favourite players for Norwich, and the way that it ended isn't great. But I think he's obviously regretting. Well, not obviously, but it sounds like he's regretting how it's coming to an end, because he could have left on really good terms, and he hasn't, and it's a shame.
That's not what he said yesterday.
I think Killian, he could just turn and say thank you, though, couldn't he? It was nothing. No, it's ridiculous. His statement.
I think it's a Pisces thing, because I saw on social media that the other little Chilean international is birthday today as well. So maybe it's just
I think we had the final word in the away end yesterday. I think that's the Sargent saga put to bed.
It's not repeatable on the podcast, I'm afraid.
No.
Right then. Just another quick aside, James, as well. I don't know if you're focusing much attention down in League One. Huddersfield fans have come to a reckoning this weekend, saying I feeling Norwich fans were correct about Manning. Yeah, he suddenly hit a brick wall and can't win for toffee.
It's quite funny, because I think they won their first 3, possibly 4 games, and they were, getting quite chirpy on Twitter. What were we on about? Maybe it was us. Blah 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 blah. Now, look, I'm very much happy to say that's Liam Manning for you, because they sacked the manager when they were in the playoffs, which was a bizarre decision. But so you know what? Always, the grass isn't always greener, as they would say. So just like Sargent, just like Manning. Good luck to you both. See you later.
We're up to R in our A to Z, that to come in a second. But whilst we're on the letter R, we've just got some quick tidbits on it. Referees, obviously, beginning with R. Are there any good ones that we've seen this season? I'm desperate to find a good referee in this division. There must be one. Has anyone got one?
My thinking on this, and I was thinking about it earlier, is you're probably a good manager if we don't know who you are. You can always because he gives the name the bad managers. That's so if we don't know one, it's probably because they're half okay.
You're talking about managers or referees, Hayes, though?
Both.
How many Sunday sherbets have you had, my friend?
I haven't had any today. Well,
you can't find it today. Okay. I don't know, Mark. I think the standard of officiating in this league in the last 5 or so years has just continued to drop, and I don't know what it is. I don't know what the problem is. Is it that there's not enough referees at grassroots level and the promoting people too quickly? Maybe, I don't know. But like Oxford, do you remember Oxford, lads? How bad that referee was.
The worst bit about that was that particular referee was from the West Country and played for Swindon Town at a youth level.
From there as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
He couldn't win that night.
No.
No.
Well, he was awful. He was awful.
Right.
I don't
Let us
know,
know in the comments if you've got one. Who's the worst one? Just incidentally.
Simon Hooper. We'll never forgive him for the
Older viewers may say Andy D'Urso.
Oh, yeah.
Oh gosh. Right, yeah. Okay. Let us know. Let us know your thoughts on that. Relegation. Now that you're safe, then who do you want to go down? Who would you like to see the back of, Killian, from this division? Any fan base doing your head in?
Not really. I mean, I feel sorry for Sheffield Wednesday. They've gone down, so obviously they're a decent fan base. I just nobody in particular. I mean, I wouldn't wish it on anybody, to be honest. It's a tough league. So,
You're very nice.
You're very nice, Killian. I think I'd get rid of Leicester. Entitlement. The two big clubs to get relegated. They can go.
That's a handy place to get to, though.
Killian's thinking of travels.
Yeah, he's plotting his airports. Yeah, I'd lose Blackburn and Leicester. I'd lose. We said, we need to keep West Brom for the Vine, but I don't know. I mean, Oxford might just manage to claw themselves back up, which, the way that sort of Leicester and West Brom seem to just be absolutely sleepwalking into it at the minute. Who knows? Good
that we're not even in that conversation though. Right then, thanks for your comments on last week's queue. They did quite well with it in the end. Eventually, on to R this week then. So, what have we got?
John Ruddy.
Jordan Rhodes is one of us.
I've got to go Rhodes.
I'd say
Rhodes over Ruddy. Yeah.
Ewan Roberts is another one, but I think Jordan Rhodes, 2018-19 promotion season, lone player.
A goal at Bolton was, yeah.
For the older view, Mark Robbins.
Good shout, because we got stick for a few that we missed out on from some of the older boys last week, didn't we?
Yeah,
good shout.
Okay. Right, who do you want to go with then? Jordan Rhodes?
I think
I would go Ruddy personally.
I'll go Jordan Rhodes.
Look, Killian, you decide here, please.
Yeah.
They're fighting, squabbling amongst themselves.
We go with John Rhodes.
John Rhodes, okay. There brilliant. Right. Ets next week, then that's going to be a lot easier, isn't it, as well? So many good players. But maybe, we get a Slimane hat trick maybe this weekend, and maybe put himself in for consideration himself.
We're charging now, is it?
Right then, we will catch you then after that Leeds game this weekend. Good luck in the cup. We'll see you in 7 days' time. Thank you very much for watching. Great to have your company yet again on one of the fastest growing Norwich podcasts on the internet. Great to have you with us. See you then.